Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black. Enjoy.
So look, man, I just got one question. What you got to get off your chest?
Man, you know what? I got a few things to get off my chest, but this one in particular right here. I'm tired of driving down the street, looking over to my left at maybe some restaurant establishment and seeing a million people either inside or like on the porch of the restaurant calling themselves like enjoying a meal, family, all that stuff. Tables all close. Nobody got a mask on. And, you know, I guess they feel comfortable because they just outside and stuff, you know. Yeah. I know the research says this and that, but we in a pandemic, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to get out of this house. Y'all got me stuck in it. Y'all will not stop going out. I'm tired of the club being packed. Every time I see a picture in a club in Atlanta, it's a million folk in there. I'm talking black, white. Matter of fact, let's say it like this. White folks is keeping restaurants in business. Black folks is keeping clubs in business. All y'all is pissing me off. And that's what I got to get off my chest.
I mean, man, look, I'll say this. I haven't been to any clubs or anything like that. I've been to restaurants, you know, takeout basically. I don't think we haven't sat down outside of our anniversary. We haven't sat down at a restaurant in a while, but we have went in, you know, we'll go in and get stuff to go, you know, carry out, whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it as much at restaurants because I ain't really been outside like that, but bruh, on IG, man, Atlanta, I don't know if it's like this in every other city, but these clubs are wide open, bro. Like
wide open.
Wide open. Corey, what you got going on? Cause let me find out you in one of them clubs, man.
No,
Corey
man.
out there.
I haven't been to a club. I have been to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You said inside?
Yeah. Inside and outside. But it was strategic though. So like the time I was inside was like when the restaurant first opened.
Right.
So it wasn't that many people. The time outside was like out on the patio.
You been on a date? You been on a date?
But yeah, it was outside and
I'm gonna let you keep moving.
Yeah.
I know I'm saying, but yeah, it was outside. I feel you, cuz.
But yeah,
get out your personal business.
Right.
But
that's all you had to say.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that portion. Yeah, but not as open as I was before.
Yeah.
So, but clubs and stuff, yeah, man. No, I'm good on that. Bars, lounges, I'm straight.
Yeah.
What about you, JD?
What
you gotta get off your chest?
What I gotta get off my chest?
Yeah.
You know what? I asked that question, but I ain't really thought about what do I need to get off my chest.
Why are you thinking? Let me add something to mine. I told you I got a lot.
Yeah.
I got a soapbox tonight, and I'm gonna stay in the same vein. Look, for real. I be holding my tongue when I'm walking through the store, and the store sign clearly says masks are required, right? Hey, why nobody enforcing it? Like, why is there still that one random dude that walked by me, like, you know, just chilling? Like, everybody else got a mask on, and he just come through breathing on everybody, you know, spreading that COVID around. And then, why is nobody asking him, like, at the door, or I know somebody see him, you know? And I be feeling like I be holding my tongue because I almost want to be like, excuse me, I think it's a mask mandate in here. But I'm looking around like, this is not my job. I shouldn't have to do this.
Yeah.
If y'all got a sign on the door, man, somebody enforce it, please.
Does a sign say it's required or it's suggested? Because I've seen.
I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm talking about the places that require it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, man.
been in a couple stores where employees like, sir or ma'am, can you got to put on a mask. And most of the time, I mean, I haven't seen anyone that was, they didn't want to put their mask on, but most of the time people just, they go ahead and put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've been around that too, man, where I see, I will say for the most part, at least the people who I've been around, it seems like most people are at least trying to do some of the right things. But I have seen some times where it's just like, it's almost blatant.
Oh, yeah.
You're making a choice to like, oh, no, I'm breaking the rules type thing. And it's frustrating, bro, because especially when you think about like just wearing the mask, how much it could do, you know what I'm saying? And it's, I don't know, it's so weird, man. I'll just be glad when all this stuff over with, bro. Like that's really part of it. But I was just thinking about like stuff I gotta get off my chest, man, is like, bro, I haven't had a vehicle. My car has been out. So for people that know me personally, they know I got the white whale Ford Taurus. And I've personally kept this car for a long time, mainly because A, I don't want a car note, and B, I truly believe in trying to stack as much cash as possible, especially right now. And so
for other reasons, for sure.
yeah. So I've made a personal choice to not get a new car, but my car went out on me. I don't know. Now it's probably been like maybe a little over, probably like 2 months now. I think maybe some like it's something like that. I can't remember the exact time frame. But, car went out, and the wife and I was talking about, do we want to get another car? And I'm like, well, yes, but I am working from home, so it really don't make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like we at the house, we together all the time for the most part, unless you go to work. So I'm like, let's just hold off. Let's stack. Cause I don't want a car note at all. So it was like, we'll just stack it and we'll get something that we can pay cash for, something that's reliable enough that we can pay cash and, don't have to worry about the car note or whatever. But with all that being said, bro, it is so frustrating not having a vehicle. And I know this is like, these are rich problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's more issues, sure, pressing issues in the world. But I'm just being honest, bro. Like, where I stay, and y'all know where I stay, like, it's just not convenient to get on public transportation, which I'm not doing that anyway because of.
I was going to ask you, have you taken the public transportation?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, the reality is, bro, we're doing just fine with one car for now, like, because outside is closed, and my schedule is I'm out the house basically 1 day a week where I have somewhere where I have to be that's not at the crib, really. You know what I mean? So we definitely making it work, but bro, it is so frustrating not to be able to like just take a drive when you want to. And it's humbling. It's humbling. So what, Corey?
I said the fact that you can't do it, like even though you really you don't have a need for it, it's just the fact that like, man, I can just think of anything to do or somewhere to go, but I can't.
Right. So it's like, I guess it's a blessing in disguise because it's really working on my patience, but it's just like that, the opportunity to just like get up and go, like, oh, I need to go to the store. I gotta wait. The wife to get home. It's like it's like being sunned on like on an adult level, bro. Like you can't really do anything. I gotta wait around to do like the smallest of things. But with all that being said, man, we trying to stick to a plan, bro. Like we really trying to, as a family, acquire a couple of properties, and so we just really trying to stick to our plan, which is. It's frustrating at times, honestly, but we got a plan as a family that we trying to do. So there's an order in that, you know what I mean, and just trying to stick with that and make sure that we're doing things the right way. But that's bruh.
Hey,
It's
y'all missed
frustrating.
it though. That was a black man thing cheat code. My man said they're stacking bread so they can own property,
Yeah,
ownership.
man.
So
Yeah.
just wanted to highlight that
Yeah,
little
man.
thing. You know.
That's where we at right now in our journey. Like we paid off all debt, so we don't owe anybody anything right now, and we just been, really trying to stack, so we can, like I say, acquire some rental property, so we can bring in more income. You know what I mean, and do some other things. But yeah, bro, I don't want no car
Sacrifice.
note.
The
It
good
is.
thing
It
is
is.
you're working from home, so that's a good thing. It's
Right.
I won't say it's perfect timing because it's not a perfect situation, but
Right. I feel you though.
yeah.
The timing is convenient. I'll say that,
Yeah.
because I'll say this for sure. If it was the other way around, and like I had to go to Midtown, 3-4 days out the week.
Yeah.
No, bro. Like, no, we're gonna have to go ahead and I go and get me like a little $1,500 joint.
Yeah, just something to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, bro. Like
I don't know about 15. You break down. If you're in the Mac time, you'll be straight. Yeah, bro.
Bro, do you realize
Hero
that?
truck behind you, boy. That's my boy Jay. Broke down.
Man, hey, low key, I broke down 3 days ago, taking the
Word?
kids to school at that.
Dang, what happened?
In my whip. I just had to sit on the side of the highway and had to call the wife, like, hey.
I'm saying, what happened? What happened with the car?
Oh, man, it's been this ongoing issue, man. Like, it's something called a mass airflow sensor. You ever heard of that?
Yeah,
I think it
and
controls,
the
has something to do
airflow.
with the throttle. Like, so if I don't know. I mean, honestly, the cars, it's getting up there in age, but we're going to keep that thing riding as long as we can.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 200, but, basically it has something to do with the amount of throttle you give the gas. And I guess the sensor helps regulate that or something like that. So it just, this is the second one I had in the last 5-6 months. And it's a small part that, I got a little side mechanic too, so it's a small
It's a
part
cheap
that,
part though, right? It's one of
it's a
them
cheap
like,
part. It's somewhat cheap, but it keeps, it's like one of them things where it's an old model. They don't
yeah,
make a new version of it. So you kind of keep using these cheaper, you know,
yeah,
off-brand versions or whatever. And then
right.
you trying to keep them going to the dealership really, because they about to say, oh, your transmission and all that. Oh, nah, bro.
Bro, I absolutely hate when my wife, like, cause that's all she do is take her car to the dealership. But every time, bro, like she went for some brakes. And she called me and was like, they talk about like $3,500 for like all the things that's wrong. I'm like, sorry.
We need shocks and we need struts and apparently
I
we
was
include
like,
those.
look,
Yeah.
They
I
rebuilt.
feel everything they talk about, but no,
Recommended service.
yeah. I was like, whatever they say, recommended and versus crucial.
Right.
Highlight crucial. And then let's work from there and work back. So all that recommended.
Not a light on, and we ain't checking it out.
You said what?
You say if it's not a light on the dashboard, we not checking.
Man, the dealership, bro, I understand it because you buy the car that you can afford to maintain. Now, I truly believe that. If you can't afford to maintain a vehicle, don't buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I truly understand that. But the one thing that I've learned, especially with her vehicle, is that her car is very expensive to maintain. And I mean, the good thing is I think she got it's an '08. So the car 12 years and it still run like there's nothing wrong with the car. You know what I mean? So that's good because she, going there, taking care of it with the high maintenance plans and all that. But yeah, bro, I stress this to anybody. And I know this episode is kind of like a free for all. We kind of like just venting and get stuff off our chest episode. But
we need the moments. That's that mental health.
Yeah, you got to have those moments, man, where it's not just like super intense subject, topic, whatever. But yeah, bro, buy the car that you can maintain. If y'all don't hear anything else from me, just hear that. Buy the car that you can afford to maintain.
That is very true.
Because I don't seen it. I don't seen it for a lot of people, bro. Be out here in these 6-figure Benzes and pumping
And even for the oil
unleaded,
change.
and pumping 87 octane in the car like.
Hey man, don't put no
bro.
87 in no Benz, man. Listen, if you out there, you putting 87 in the Benz, it was one or two things. Somebody ain't tell you how to take care of a good thing, or you don't need that good thing yet.
Yeah, well, but now he preaching now. He over there.
Keep it real with y'all.
Yeah.
And certain cars, you definitely need to go to the dealership. Like, don't have your shade tree mechanic fixing on a luxury car, man.
I don't know what this for.
Right.
What this boat for? Like what?
Yeah. I can't even see the alternator. Whole motor case in. Nah, man. Yeah, don't do that.
I can't even see the alternator. No, that's funny, man. Corey, I was about to ask you too. So, okay, this is personal right here, but we'll throw it out here. So, this morning, and I'm about to throw you up under the bus too, Corey. So sorry, but this morning I hit Corey up, like as a homeboy check-in, man, and I ain't feel the love, bro.
That's responsible.
Love, man.
What did he do?
You said I forgot what you said, man.
I'm gonna read the text message with your permission if you don't mind, Corey. It ain't that serious, but
You don't need his permission, man. Forget that.
So, hey, I hit him up. I was like, "What up, man?" And he hit me back, "What up, hoe cake?"
That's just disrespectful, dog.
And I was like, "All right, what up,
Term of endearment, man.
No. So that was cool because that's like we play like that. And then I was like, laugh out loud, nothing, just hollering. He called me lame, bro. I was like,
Dang, dog, you man, what you need to get off your chest, Corey?
Bro, I was working, man.
Dog, you stressed out, dog. That job
Bro,
messing you up, man.
But what I need to get off my chest is this, man. And y'all can feel me too because y'all sports fans. Man, I'm tired of Georgia sports in general, man. Bro,
Man, look.
Talk of the world,
bro.
Man. Bro,
Painful, dog.
Man, I don't know, man.
Like legit to have a Mecca. I'm sorry, this is your turn. Let me let you in. I'm about to take your because it's painful for all of us.
I put some on your chest. You
put something on my chest, bro.
But no, man, it sucked, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like we got to give credit to Atlanta United. They did, win a couple of years ago, but it's like
across the hump. I went to the parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, man, I don't know, man. It just, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at, I caught like maybe an inning or two of the World Series. I'm looking like, man, the Braves up 3-1 on the boys, man.
Bro, still hurting, bro. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching the Falcon game with my family Sunday, man. It was like,
golly,
bro, we lose in the last couple seconds of the game. It
was like a minute left in that game, bro. Like 1 minute left, and I wasn't even watching. I was on my phone, like, cause I told you, I told Corey, fantasy purposes only, bro. That's all I'm watching the Falcons for this year at all. Just fantasy purposes only. And I'm just looking on my phone at the app, and I see like, oh, okay, Falcons. It was crazy because I wasn't watching the game. But I was thinking that, okay, cool, they're going to drive down, take time off the clock, leave 5 seconds, and kick the field goal. That's what I was thinking in my head the whole time, right?
Was that the drive that Gurley went into the end zone?
Went into the end zone. So I see that they score. I was like, all right, cool, touchdown, even better. Then I saw the 2-point conversion. I was like, okay, they smart. So they were like, even if they do score, they got to at least hit the extra point to win the game. I'm thinking like that's worst case scenario, whatever. Nobody's worried about that. It's like a minute left in the game, bro. They drove the entire length of the field to score at the last minute. I'm like, what? Like
on the very last play.
The very last play of the game, they scored, bro.
Man, I don't know what it is. I just don't understand for the life of me how we can have the Mecca city of the South and have no success. Like Atlanta is not a joke city, right? Like, and not that most sports cities are. I'm just basically saying. I mean, you name 5, maybe 6 top cities in America, right? You're going to name Atlanta. Like we're gonna fall probably number 6 somewhere, something like that. After you name your bigs and your most popular, like your Vegas, Chicago, New York, LA, Miami maybe even get there before we do.
New
Atlanta
Orleans.
got to be New
Yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Atlanta's coming, right? How is it? Especially, and it's one thing if, like, let's just say our sports teams have always sucked, right?
Mhm.
We actually have a ton of talent. Now, the Hawks are a different story. I mean, honestly, I got a love-hate relationship with Atlanta, specifically with basketball. I have not been a basketball fan in Atlanta for ages because for the life of me, I think I just divorced them at a very young age. Not to mention, when Kobe, really got going in the league, I found a good excuse to divorce myself from Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Everything else, I've been a diehard fan. But I'm very grateful, honestly. Like, I kind of been taking the stands. I stand with Cap. I haven't watched the NFL for at least 2 years now, or something like that. 2, maybe even close, going on 3. And honestly, it's been very therapeutic for me. I almost feel sorry for the rest of Atlanta. And granted, I cry with y'all because I'm still an ATL native. I still, deep down, I still bleed, red and black. I'm still a Falcon inside. I just can't support the NFL right now. But it's been a refreshing break, guys. I invite y'all to come over and to relieve yourself from the stress year after year.
Super Bowl, man.
Huh?
That's when they'll win the Super Bowl. You'll be at the parade.
Man, I don't even want to mention the word Super Bowl and the Falcons in the same sentence because I'll never forget me sitting on my couch, the amount of trash that I talked for
that was
3. I mean,
that was probably the most up and down I've ever been at a sports event. Like, honestly, like that's one of them things, bro. We never gonna forget
ever.
Like,
to this day,
that's gonna be one of those things that you're gonna be talking to your kids, and if we finally ever get another shot, it was like, man, I never forget. And I can't even remember the year. Was it 2016?
It was 17, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was 2016?
16 or 17 when we lost Super Bowl.
16. It was played
16.
in 17.
Okay,
17.
yeah.
That's why I say 17.
So it'll be forever brought up because prior to that, like, when New England was coming back, they were like, yeah, the biggest lead ever blown in the Super Bowl was 10 points. Now we almost triple that. So it's always going to be, Atlanta, blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. So,
but what made it even worse, just for the city, immediately following that, or at least the next season, Georgia had an opportunity.
Blew it against Alabama.
Man.
Right. Even the Hawks, they that year they went to the Eastern Conference Final.
Yep.
Got swept by Cleveland.
Swept, dude. And was we were like the 1 or 2 team in the East, were we?
We had home court advantage in Cleveland. We got swept, bro.
And then even so, like let's go back. Like, let's take the history. Let's go through the history books, bro. And the amount of talent that Atlanta sports teams has had, and to not see any tangible
95, bro.
evidence, bro.
95. If you don't count the Atlanta United, 95 was the last year that a sports team brought a championship to the city of Atlanta. 95.
From that point, we've had a great Hawks team, no superstars, right? But we've had multiple good Hawks teams. Actually, the Steve Smith era, the Mookie Blaylock. You fast forward to Jeff Teague,
Josh Smith,
Joe Johnson. That was a good team, like a really successful team.
Yeah, we were always like the 3 to 5 seed. Like, we always were right there.
Never get across the hump. Let's not even talk about the Falcons, man, and the talent that we've seen come across. I'm talking about the Michael Vick era. We had a Dion era. And this most recent era where I feel like we've seen some of our most talented teams to no avail.
Yeah.
Georgia has always been in the picture. Even the last 5 years, we're probably always a top 5 team.
I will say this. I'll say this, and not because I'm a diehard Braves fan, but right now I think that the Braves are the only sports program that got a legitimate shot at another championship, at least within the next 5 years. Like, because as much of a Falcons fan that I am, being realistic, bro, you got to think that you're about to get a new coach. That's number one. With any sports team, excluding the Lakers, most coaches, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years just to get everybody comfortable to playing in your system. So we talking about, if we being realistic, Matt Ryan, do Matt Ryan have another 3 years?
Hope not. He should have been
Do
gone.
Julio have another 3 years? Like, even if we get all of these players, we're going to catch them on the end of their prime years trying to win a championship, bro. Like, it's going to be a while, man. We got to rebuild, in my opinion, when it comes to it. Like, after what happened at the beginning of this year, I'm like, bro, just tear it all apart, start over.
Yeah, may as well. And the sad part, you hate to see that because, I mean, and I guess you keep your core, but honestly, man, I'm glad, Arthur Blank finally got rid of Dan Quinn and Dimitrov. It was long overdue. Honestly, it's time for Matt to go. Matt's gave us some good times. He really has. But
it's time for the Falcons to at least draft a quarterback. That's all.
It's time.
Like, draft a quarterback. I'm not going to say give up on Matt Ryan, but right now Matt Ryan know that this is his job. Like, there's no fear in Matt Ryan because it's like, what, you going to trade me and who your starter going to be, Shaw? Like, no.
That's real.
So it's like,
why is Matt Shaw still in the Falcons? Somebody tell me that, bro.
Matt Shaw?
Bro.
You said, why is he still with the Falcons?
Yeah, as the backup quarterback.
Right. He know the system. I guess he's durable. They probably get him. I don't know what's his contract. Probably get him at a good price.
I feel like I've been hearing clearly. I feel like I've been hearing Matt Schaub's name since we was in college.
Yeah, he's been around.
Here before he left, he went to Houston and got that big contract.
That's what happened. That's what
came
happened.
back. That's what.
Yeah.
Came back. I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah, he was already.
He was here.
No place like home.
He was basically after the Vic era, right? Like,
right.
And then
he came in with Ryan, I think.
And then that was he came in, he proved himself here, and when he got the big contract in Houston, and ended up was a dud, and came back to Atlanta as a backup. That's what happened.
I will say this: we're not alone. I mean, in terms of cities that just every year your heart's broken. I guess it just feels different for some reason.
Popular.
That's what I'm saying. Like we are one of the most popular cities in America to have no. I mean, you go to the sports games. Like, you go to a Hawks game, let them be playing the Lakers. There's gonna be more Lakers fans in the crowd.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, you can't forget that it's a lot of people that live here that's not from here. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
and when did that happen, by the way? Because I swear I didn't get the memo. Like, nobody told me that most native ATLians were moving out and, a ton of people moving in. Like, I hear a lot of us went to Houston, moved to other places, but it's rare you see people that are from here.
I mean, bro, you look at me and Corey. Like, I mean, I was born here, bro, but Macon is my home. You know what I'm saying?
That don't count, man. Y'all from down the street. Like,
you talking about people like just like, okay, coming here and
like random, like, and I mean, I guess it's not random because a lot of businesses are moving here. There's a lot of building happening in Atlanta.
In my opinion, it's affordability, number one, and you can live great here.
For
like,
cheap.
If you're from New York, bro, you come down here and flourish with the same amount of money that you paying to stay in a 800 square foot apartment in New York. You come down here and can buy a crib and an apartment. You know what I'm saying? So
a big part too, because a lot of people come from locations whether it's something that we wouldn't want to live in, but they come here and they're cool. Yeah,
right.
I'm just trying to figure out where we went. Like, I feel like I don't see anybody from the A, or maybe that's just the amount of people that's come in, and we're just
I think that's what it is. I think it's more that than anything. Because people still here, but I don't know, bro. It's just it's a weird thing to see because you definitely notice that, and Atlanta ain't getting no smaller, bro. It's like expanding. That's the one thing, like especially being in this pandemic where you're not able to go out as much as you normally do. Like, we've been in this since March, and I mean pretty much November now, so we're looking at 8 months. Bro, if you just take a ride around the city, so much stuff have changed. Like you got businesses that are closed, but guess what? You got all kind of mixed use communities that went up.
Yeah.
And that's like alarming in a way when you think about it. Businesses, small businesses are closing, but apartments are constantly being built. And it's just like, something's going on there, bro. Like,
oh no, absolutely.
Something's going on.
That's something to dive into, because what you see is more struggle for small businesses in the spaces that eventually get replaced by these living areas. And I mean, you know, you gotta wonder what developers are doing. You know, like where's the cheat code? Because there clearly is one. I mean, I've seen it.
My wife put me on some game today. She was listening to a podcast, and like I told you, we've been looking at different property opportunities, and she was looking up something. It was like, look up the planning. You can look up the plans of the cities, right? So I forgot where she said you have to go, but you can actually go and see a city's 25-year plan, and so you can see areas in that city where they're planning to develop. Like, so for example, looking in Augusta, we saw like they're planning to put a shopping center here, or they're planning to put a rec center here. Like, those are in the plans for the next couple of decades of the city. It's like city planning and development. And so it's eye-opening to just look at it. And we can do the same thing for Atlanta. You can do the same thing for East Point, College Park, and just see what they're planning to do in the city, because all of these things have to be planned out. Like, you can't just go and build a skyscraper like that. That's a plan. Like, that land got to be allotted for somebody to do something with. And so all of these things are in the plan, like just how, like with the Beltline, that was a plan at one point. And just like when we were in college doing the retail joint, and how they were planning for
Atlanta Station.
Like revitalizing Buckhead. Like,
Buckhead,
that happened. We talked about that in college.
Shutting the clubs down.
Later. Yeah. So it's like that stuff happens.
That's
we just
crazy.
not privy to. We just don't know that we can look at that information. So it's like, yeah, bro, there's a lot of stuff going on out here that we just got to kind of peel the curtain back and just pay attention and look at, because the information there.
Whenever that random white family move in your black neighborhood, somebody done seen the 25-year plan, because
they know
gentrification is on the way.
They know Grant Park about to be thriving. Let's go ahead and move in now. East Atlanta about to be thriving. West End about to be thriving. English Avenue, all of that. Like, let's move in. You know what I'm saying? So somebody knew that the Mercedes-Benz Stadium was going to be built right there before it happened. You know what I mean? And so knowing that information, that small piece of information, now I can change my thought process. Now I can go over here in what seems to be a bad neighborhood and spend $80,000 for a house that everybody else looking at me crazy, like, why you want to go over here in Vine City and buy this house in Vine City? Where it's like, well, no, give me 10 years. And this house is going to be like $400,000 and I paid $80,000 for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, the hustle was real.
It's real hustle out here. You just got to play by some different rules so you can get the information, you know?
But they definitely throwing stuff up, man. I was coming through Midtown, man. I was like, man, I would have never known that they would fit, a skyscraper in this small space.
That thing.
They do it so quick, though, bro. Like, in the smallest of spaces, too. Just like you said. Like over there, crazy. Like where Apache used to be at, that whole little block, like where Club Envy, all of that stuff was at, like that whole block, like they building up, bro. Just build up. Yeah, everything, man. It's so crazy how fast they do it too.
I remember when Buckhead, you couldn't even see Buckhead from the highway. You know, now it's like the city skyline has extended. You know, it's interesting. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. This was a vent session. You know, I don't even know what the black. Well, you know what? Black thought would be this, man. check on your homeboy, even if he's gonna shut you down. That's the core. B,
Or
it's
you,
okay. It's okay to vent and get stuff off your chest, man. Like, I was this is something completely different, but I think I told you I'd be doing like meditation and stuff like that. And I'm using this app called Headspace. And the other day, bro, like I legit was just doing some meditation, some relaxation, and I fell asleep. Like within it, I fell asleep and took a 2-hour nap. And I ain't took a 2-hour nap, and I couldn't tell you when, bro. It's been so long since I just had a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day. And I was like, it was refreshing to wake up and just like, oh, I ain't got nothing else to do today.
I need one of them.
Yeah, bro. So, do all of those things, man. Go take care of yourself.
Man,
Yeah.
another subject off topic, man, is a couple more days to vote early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you vote. We stressed that last episode. We'll stress it again, man. Make sure y'all go out and vote.
Sure.
And I think the last stat I saw, it was already like 65 million people had already voted. So that's super dope. And just need more people to go out and vote. Make your own decision. Make sure you research and make your decision on whoever you want to vote for. We ain't gonna tell you who to vote for, but I'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah, you know who you need to vote for, but
yeah. But make your own decision. But
yeah,
we'll leave it at
I'll
that.
put it like this. Let's say it this way: you know who you don't need to vote for.
Right.
So, but go vote. Go vote, man.
Definitely go vote, man. Go vote. But that's it, man. That's the Black Man Think podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all send us those questions. Hashtag Ask the Black Man. If you like the question, we'll definitely talk about it on an episode. And we thank y'all, man, for real. Keep tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us wherever you like to listen to podcasts. We're in all of those places, man. Black Man Think podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
The Black Men Think podcast.